Hello?
Okay. Are you there, Davey?
Yes, I'm here.
Are you there, Mom? Yes. Okay, we're all on three-way. How lovely. I just figure if we all three talk, we can all three talk better than back and forth, okay?
Alright.
Mom, he swears he's innocent in this, and I just wanted you to hear his side since everybody's gone. Yeah.
I already told her that I had nothing to do with anything that was missing from that house. Now, the shotgun I did return this morning to the cops, Sherry, so you should be getting that back soon. I did do that. Now, I just let the cops go through all of Dad's storage sheds to look for the money and to look for whatever possible else thing that was stolen, and they come up basically with nothing, and they didn't suspect anything. So I am fully compliant with the cops and letting them do what they need to do for the investigation of the missing money. Alright, now I swear on my life and my child's life and my wife's life, Sherry, that I have no knowledge of that money being took by my dad, or that I know that he was doing it while I was there, if he did do it, if you guys find out that he did.
Okay. No, can we ask you something? I wanna tell you something first.
Yeah, go ahead.
For one thing, I didn't know who was here. Here's the thing. When I reported this to the police is after he left, okay?
Yeah.
And it was after I ran him down and was at your house. Remember when I was at your house looking for him?
Yeah.
And no one knew where he was. I mean, I wasn't getting no answers, okay?
Which I really didn't know where he was.
Huh?
Which I really didn't know where he was.
Okay, well, I didn't know what was going on at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, then I did see him, and of course he tries to run me off the road. He's in a panic. Why he's in a panic, I had no idea. I didn't know I was robbed at this point, okay?
Alright.
And you gotta understand my point. I'm following him, beeping the horn. Please pull over. I need to talk to you. I want to know why he left. Well, and he's in this frantic, He wasn't pulling over. So I chased him down Jacks Creek. I pulled up beside him, which I did. And he rolled his window down, and I said, pull over. And he wouldn't. He kept waving his hand to me. So the next time I went to pull up beside him, he gunned it, and I gunned it.
Yeah.
And I got up beside him, he tried to run me off, so I tried to run him off. And then he got on the phone, I don't want to fight with you and whatever. And I said, I don't want to fight, I want to know what's going on. Why'd you leave? Just pull in.
Yeah.
There was no way, Davey, he was pulling in. He was panicking, okay? Panicking for some reason.
Why didn't you let him alone then?
Huh?
Why didn't you let him alone then, Sherry?
Because I want to know why he left. Why I think he was panicking. He had the money in his car. Apparently,
well,
he had to.
You could be correct. I don't know.
Why would he panic? I mean, okay, your wife leaves you. Aren't you going to want an explanation?
Was anybody else with him in the car?
Well, I thought I seen someone. I did. I thought I seen a short brown-haired girl with glasses. Okay, you know how you see out that side mirror?
Yeah.
Like in the car. I could have swore I'd seen her in there, okay?
Yeah, alright.
And that's why I pulled up beside him, and he started panicking. But then he started, at the end of the road out there, he punched a seat, he said, see, there's no one in here. Well, some bitch, she could be on the floor, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Okay? So, no, I don't know. Is he cheating? Why did he leave? We never fought a day in our fucking life.
Yeah.
Okay? Never had an argument. Just to up and disappear was just odd to me. Because I never dealt with this shit like that.
Yeah.
See, Marge told Mom that she was at your house with your dad that night.
Well, no, she wasn't, because Dad didn't get down to the house till like 10:30, 11 o'clock, because Was that the next day?
He came down the next day for like an hour and then went back uptown.
I don't know. I'll have to look at my text messages I have from him because it does have the dates on, and I'm not really sure correctly what he said or what day it was actually that this all happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she said that she came down there with him, and because she talked to me for fucking till 3-something in the morning on the phone.
I could imagine.
She said she came down there and you guys were screaming and bitching, you and Natalie both, about me fucking coming down there, me fucking calling, and you didn't want to hear about it, okay? And I'm like, well, you know, I went to him because that's his son, okay? I wanted to know what was going on. Someone needs to give me an answer.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt if he's a man, he would have told me to my face, hey, I'm leaving, or, you know. So anyhow, after all this, I come home, Davey, and the first thing I thought of to check my safe. That's the first thing I thought because of what my kids used to tell me, okay?
Yeah.
And I never wanted to believe it was him. I didn't. Because he was too good to me. I get under the bed. I pulled it out. The lock's broke. I look and the money's gone. And I'm thinking, son of a bitch. That's the first thing I thought. What the fuck?
So at this point, he said, too, to Mom that he left that house with you.
Right.
Yeah, he did. Well, I had to carry his stuff out of the house because he just had his shoulder ripped apart and replaced. He couldn't carry nothing.
Right.
I carried all his baskets out. I carried all his laundry and stuff baskets out, and that was almost literally, he didn't really have that much stuff there, did he, Sherry? He only had a couple laundry baskets and stuff, and that was it. That's all the longer we were in there. And I wasn't even upstairs at all.
Yeah. Well, see, then he had changed his fucking number, okay, so I couldn't get a hold of him. It was a private. He I hit a dead spot by your place.
Yeah.
Well, then, I did run into...
Now, why did he need her house key? That's what I don't understand.
Oh, yeah.
Well...
When you guys left here, he came over to the store to get the house key.
Yeah, because, what's his name? Scott that lives downstairs left. Him and Max left to go get something quick and lock the door on Dad, and that's why he didn't have a key to get into the house, so that's why he came over and got the key.
Oh, they left after you guys were outside.
Well, they actually left. Let me think how it happened. By the time they left and came back, by the time they came back, we were still there. I was just putting his last load of laundry in his car as they came back. And then I don't think I went back in the house after that. I think I just stayed outside.
Yeah, see, he didn't say anything when he came over to work. He just said, can I get the keys because they locked me out? Okay. He comes back, here's the keys, honey. I'm going to run to the bank, give me a kiss, see you after work. So what do you think I thought when I come home?
Oh, yeah, I mean...
the money stolen, of course, I call the police.
Oh, yeah.
Now I'm in a fucking rage.
Yeah,
Okay?
I understand that.
I'm in a rage.
Yeah, you have every right to be, Sherry.
Right, I mean, he leaves me for no reason, but then he does that, and I'm thinking, how could you do that to me? So then, it was too late for me. You can't just go in and say, okay, I'm going to drop this. I didn't know he was going to die. Lord forbid. You know, I didn't want that.
Well, nobody does. And this is making it even more difficult on us, Sherry. Even yourself, including your family.
Yeah. Right. It is. And, you know, then I find out, like he says, and then Marge is telling me, okay, he was with me this day, he was with me this day. He's been with me the whole way through your relationship. Even when he moved out up here on the terrace, he was with me. Okay, I spent the night up there with boxes. Oh, it just goes on and on, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's really irrelevant to what the situation at hand is. I'm here to talk about what's going on now, not what him and Marge did behind your back. All right? Not to be ignorant or nothing, you know what I mean?
Right. So it was somebody, I mean, someone was with him apparently that has this fucking money.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, if it wasn't you, then it's that bitch.
Well, it
And
wasn't.
that's what I'm gonna say.
Well, it wasn't
Because
me.
someone got it.
Cam, stop. Well, it wasn't me, because you were at my house that night. So how would
I
it?
was, yeah.
So how would it be me for one? You know. So I'm pretty sure it was Marge. Now I'm gonna call Marge here later on and ask. Now, what day was that? Was that the 2nd, Thursday the 2nd that this happened?
Yeah, that's the day the money was missing. She was with him Thursday, and she told me she was with him Friday, but she was not with him Saturday.
All right, so I'm
Now,
gonna.
when I ran into him Saturday, he told me, he said, "Do you really think I robbed you?" I said, "Dave, right, I looked right at him and I said,
Cam,
do I believe
shut
it?
up.
Yes. But I'm not worried about the money right now. I'm worried about you, okay? You need to slow down on these pills because he was all messed up." And he said, "I am." And I said, "No, you're not, because you're messed up now." Well, then he says, "Sherry, if it'll make you feel better, I'll sell the cycle, okay? And I'll give you $5,000, $5,500, whatever he said, how much, and to help you make it better, okay?" So
Now, at this point, your dad didn't even know if $50 was stolen, 100. No. He had no idea.
No. So he said that, and he said, "Do you want to go with me to Davies? I'm going down to help with the car or something." He said, "We can get down there and talk." And I said, "It wouldn't be a good idea right now, Dave."
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he kept asking me. And I told him no, and he said, "I'm going up to his buddy, his brother's buddy, what's his, Jake.
Yeah.
I'm going up there and spend the night tonight. I'll get up at 11 o'clock tomorrow. We'll meet for dinner, and we'll talk." Okay. Well, that never happened. Now, Marge says that she wasn't with him Saturday because her family was up.
Yeah, which I don't think he. Well, Saturday I don't think she was, because
No.
the Saturday me and him went to the auction. Our Ford ended up breaking down, so we went up to the auction. Luckily, he followed us up there in his car, so we went straight from the auction down to Brenner Car Credit, got our new car, and at 2:30 we split ways. Now he ended up back at my house at like 6:30. Now we had the new car, and he was all fucked up, and I didn't want him to go with us because I had to go to my mom's house and shit, and him and my mom don't get along. So I told him, "Look, Dad, you can't come with me. You just can't do it. You know what I mean? Just stay here. You're too fucked up to drive." So he ended up leaving. So I ended up stopping into my Uncle John's, and Dad was there, still about half wasted. So after I left Uncle John's, we went for a ride over the state, and that's when my car broke down, and that's when my mom called and told me that Dad wrecked.
So where'd he get all these pills, do you know?
I have no clue. I'm trying to find out, Sherry. I'm trying to.
doing his scripts.
I'm trying to find.
Marge told me, she says, "I don't do pills." Okay. I said, "Marge, I know better. Dave told me." Okay.
I'm trying to figure out where he's getting them from. I'm trying to figure out as much information as the cops and you are at this point, because I want to know what happened too.
Does she know
Well,
if he
Dave
was doing
used to tell me
prescription?
they used to switch off and on. If he didn't have, he'd get from her. And then she would always want extra his to make up for what she gave him. She said, "He's a fucking liar." I said, "Look, Marge, I'm telling you, I know." I know because he told me. She said, "Oh, I was on with Xanax." Well, no, he was getting the Soma somewhere. And he was with you all the time. So what's that tell me?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't give him nothing to kill him. I said, "Well, I'm just telling you, someone gave him Somas because that's how he was when he was here on Somas." And
Well, why would she even say that? That didn't even make sense. Why would you even say I didn't give him that to kill him?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, did they do the fucking shit together and then rob you together and then fucking figure, "Oh, I'm gonna fucking knock him off and take the money myself"? Like, what the fuck? That's what set something like me, I can't say, but
Yeah,
why would you say something like that? That's stupid.
This is it's a whole this is a whole fucked up situation. It seriously is. And we might.
I don't know. I can't say, and I don't even like to accuse you, Davey, as much as I want to, but I mean, and I keep saying, Prince will tell. I can't fucking. I'm about nuts over it all.
Well, I wish the prince would come back. So.
Oh, I do
basically
too.
admitted it to me. He basically admitted it to me. Okay.
This shit has me sick.
But
Literally
that's
sick.
not the point. The point is, then if she was involved, maybe he told her keep a hold of the money. He trusted her as a friend. He did trust her, believe it or not.
Well, I would imagine, yeah, but I don't know what I don't even know what to say at this point. Hopefully the cops can. Hopefully the cops can figure this out and it can just be settled, because it's just dragging me through the goddamn mud. Like, I almost lost my mind last night going through this stuff, and it's just too much for me to take. I can't handle much more of it, seriously. I mean, it's just too much.
I don't want to believe it's you, Davey. I don't.
Well, don't, because it's not me. I have nothing to do with it.
I mean, and like I told you, it does point back to saying, oh, God, man, this looks really fucking bad. And you know as well as I do, if that was the other way around, you would feel the same way. Fuck, that girl was involved with her mom. Bullshit. You know, she was here and got her out of my house. You know what I mean? Out of my dad's house. And it does look bad.
Yeah, I understand that, but I didn't have nothing to do with it. That's what I'm saying.
I can't say that I really can say it's you.
It's not me, so start saying it isn't me, because it isn't. I'm telling you. I'm just sick of saying it. I've no clue.
Everyone's jumping the gun because everyone's stressed. My stress level is fucking high.
And I lost my goddamn dad, for Christ's sakes. You were just dating him. You know what I mean? How do you imagine I feel? I about killed myself last night, seriously, over this shit. Seriously. Honestly.
Yeah, and
I went missing for 6 hours last night and about ready to kill myself because of this shit. I can't take much more of it. I'm serious, guys.
I'm fucking sick. Seriously
And
sick.
don't do that. You do have a wife. You have a kid. You got one on the way.
I know, and I didn't do it because of that, but it's driving me to that point. I just want the evidence to come back.
I never said, Davey, that you did. I never said that. I just want you to know that.
Well, I understand. Well, Sherry, listen, but when I went and talked to the detective that day, the last day I was in there talking to you, and I said I was going to the cops. Now, they're implying that, oh, we see you bought a new car. Oh, well, somebody told us you're buying table saws, brand new table saws. So right there, they're implying that I had something to do with it. I'm on state parole, and we'll lose everything. And I had nothing to do with it.
See, and that was the thing that made me really think it was you was the car.
The only reason they're doing this is because you were the last one with them in my house. That's why. Okay? It's not saying that you did it. They're probably just, okay, you were the last one with them. Okay? Thinking that's your dad. I mean, if it was me and Tasha, she would know if I did it.
Yeah.
Because that's how close we are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, normal mother and daughter, father and son, they know everything about each other. And she would know if I did it because I'd tell her right out. We'd be a team.
Well, that's what I told her. I said, look, if Dad did that, my dad would have told me, because my dad told me everything. And my dad said nothing about anything about taking any kind of money from you. Ever. Trust me on that. Your bond is the same situation as me and my dad's bond was.
Well, it's just, I mean, for him to admit that to me, okay, and say he would sell, and this and that.
Well, at this point,
wanted to talk to me.
Yeah, well, at this point, that's hearsay, because you don't have proof of that. But I understand that what you're saying, and I'm not trying to insult you or make you mad or do anything like that. But technically, that's hearsay because you really can't prove it. But honestly,
but it's the truth.
I understand that.
I don't lie.
I'm not saying you do, Sherry. Honestly, I don't think my dad did it, but I think there is a possibility that he may have. So until we get the evidence and the fingerprints and stuff come back, or whatever evidence that they have, and then hopefully we can settle this, and then everybody can move on, and then we can just...
Right, and that's all I want. That's all I want. Do I want to hear the news if it was him? No. Really? No.
Well, I don't either.
It will bring closure, okay?
Yeah.
And at this point, they're
I
telling
know
her
I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one he's done it to. That's what bothers me, okay?
Go ahead, Tasha.
like you have a sister to
Yeah.
Kelly Orange, correct?
Yeah, Aaron.
He did it to her mother.
I know, you told me this all yesterday. But that's
You
all...
know, and that's what worries me with Mom. And I can see your point. Okay, say I was with my mother and she did it, and she didn't tell me. Okay, because even though you're saying right now I'm close to Dad, you know as well as I do. Even yesterday we talked about this. You weren't. Zach was. You weren't. You were like the offspring.
Well, I said when I was growing up.
Maybe he just thought I was fucking telling him. I'm not sharing money with him. Fuck that.
No.
Online. I can't believe that much was in there.
I said when I was growing up, my dad was never around. My dad moved in with me when he left Sherry, so trust me, he was close to me before he
But,
died.
even down to a couple months ago, the shit he said to me, like a month ago.
But he's always said that about me.
It is sad how
You
he
can,
felt about you. I feel
yeah, you
that.
can ask anybody. He always talks shit on me. Always.
Yeah.
Always.
And that's not right to you. You're his son. Either way you look at it, you're his son.
But I expect
You know
that
what I
from
mean?
my
He
dad.
should have loved you just as much as he did Zach.
But he was in a period in his life where he was in his criminal fucking stages. And, you know, Dad was being Dad, just like I was when I was in jail. I went through the same phase. Now, Dad outgrew that, and so did I.
Yeah, well, like I said,
And that's what I'm saying,
I
though.
just
And
wish someone would have told me this in the beginning, that he was doing this and that, you know, could have been truthful, so I could have ended this shit from the beginning so I wouldn't have got hooked on the son of a bitch, you know? They could have came to me and said, hey, Sherry, do you know he's doing this? You know he's with her.
Well, nobody knew.
Huh?
Nobody knew.
Oh, I thought you did. I thought you said you did.
No, I knew that he was with Marge after he left your house. That's it. That's what I said. Nobody knew that he was seeing Marge.
she was at your house.
Well, she wasn't.
You're saying she was at your house all the time, you and Zach.
Well, no, she wasn't.
No.
Marge was probably at my house like three
Twice.
times
Three,
when
yeah.
he lived on the terrace before he even started going out with Sherry.
Right.
If that.
And she's lying, and she's telling me all kinds of lies.
Listen, don't believe a fucking word that Marge says, because she is a fucking pathological liar.
She said Davey and them told me they're so glad that we're back together because...
No.
I'm back with him because that's all he ever talked about was me the whole time he was with you.
Bullshit.
You know?
That never came out of my mouth.
You know what? If you're saying this stuff to hurt me, go ahead.
Well, that's what she was doing.
That's never once come out of my mouth.
You can't believe a word she says. Honestly. I don't.
No. No, she said Davey and them were telling me that. Natalie was telling me that. And,
Hell, I never
you
said
know,
anything like that.
and Cameron, he was so happy and he was sad. And I'm like... And she said, why do you think none of them called you when they found out he was in the hospital? They took him into the morgue. They said that you weren't family. That
That's
was
why I
family
texted
that
you
they
to
knew.
tell you to call me.
And I said, boy, that's nice.
I didn't have your number at the time.
Natalie said she did try
I
to...
messaged you on Facebook and
Yeah.
had you call me. I didn't have your phone number.
Yeah,
Yeah, so she
right.
knows.
I said I got your message.
Yeah, she
but
got it.
Too late because
Mom.
I was sleeping.
My hand
Yeah.
hold Mom.
Yeah, because it was late
But
when
it
we got
doesn't
home.
matter. You know, the whole thing is, Davey, I'm not going to accuse you, okay?
Well, I would hope not.
No.
Because I'm innocent anyway, so whether you do or not...
But deep down in, you know, I know who took it, okay? And they're accountable for the throne, okay? It's sad that it happened. It is. It's sad that he died,
What he
okay?
doing?
But it's at the point now, the cops already had the information, the
Yeah.
charges were put on him before he died. And it's like, I'm at a standstill too,
Yeah.
you know. I
You
mean,
know,
money
honestly,
is
my mom
nothing
wanted
to
to
a
drop
life.
the charges.
Well, yeah, because money to me is nothing compared to his life.
Well, yeah, well, of course. I mean, that's common sense. I mean, if I had 10 times
She
the...
was going to drop all charges, and I said, "You're fucking not the fuck you are.
Mm-hmm.
The fuck."
Yeah, but who knows? That might have saved his life. Who knows? You never know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
nobody
don't know.
knows.
I don't know what he was thinking.
Yeah, we can't go what if,
You know.
what we don't know any of that because we will never know. Whatever he did or
No.
didn't do, he's the only one that knows now, and it's...
And I know the other place that he went that night, and you know where. He got a lot of his pills there.
Where is that?
Down McClure, what? Is it Rich's wife? The black girl. You know who I'm talking about.
No, I don't know her.
Okay, you know who I'm talking about.
I know.
Yeagertown.
Yeah, I know of Rich. Yeah, I've heard of him
Okay,
talk
his
about
girlfriend.
Rich. Well, she don't even think. I think she lives in like New York or something, doesn't she?
No. Dave just took her. She would go out there to prostitute, okay?
Oh.
And then she goes back. But no, she lives down that way, and I think he went down that way that night and was coming back.
Well, that's what the report stated. He was coming back from McClure.
Okay, then that's where he was.
Well,
And she gave him pills all the time.
actually, I don't think she was around because Rich called me after the accident and said that he talked to Dad at like 10:30 right before Dad wrecked because Dad was going down to visit Rich at his girlfriend's house, which you said she lived in McClure, which would make sense of why he was coming back because Rich told me that Rich was up at his house in town and his girlfriend was out of town or some shit.
Why was he down there?
Because I guess he wanted to visit Rich because, honestly, I never gave him a key to my house. So he couldn't get in my house. So when he came home, we were in State College and our car was broke down and he couldn't get in. So he needed somewhere to go because he probably didn't want to sit here. You know, my dad always on the fucking move, can't sit still. So I think he went down there to see if Rich was home to hang out with him until we got home.
Okay.
But I don't know nothing about it. He never told me anything about ever getting pills off of Rich. But I know...
It was the girl.
Oh.
He got him off of her, and he would trade pills and pot. You know what I mean? Because they always wanted smoke. And if Dave had that, then he would switch her, and she would give him pills, and he would give her smoke. It was just like a ring, you know, everyone calling him fucking constantly. You know, pills here, this here, trade for this, get this.
Yeah, that was him.
Yeah, and it wouldn't stop. It got to the point he kept saying, you know, hanging up on him, you know, I'm not answering the call. I don't know.
Alright, well I think
he just left just to get on that drunk binge that weekend, just to have, because he was being cut in his pills.
Yeah.
And I did talk to his doctor. I seen him in at work, just to let you know.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to clarify what he told me was true. I wanted to see if he was lying about getting cut. And I said to the doctor, I said, I know that you had cut Dave on his medication. He said, yeah, we cut a lot of people. It's the law. And I said, well, you know, he did say that. And I said he was all beside upper, you know. And he was. Because he said he couldn't deal with the pain. He wouldn't be able to. And he said, well, I'm sorry.
And it ain't because I was addicted to pills.
Well, so was I. I'm a heroin addict.
When you get cut off of something, you go through a withdrawal and you will fucking get some. Let me tell you.
I know.
That the pain is what gets you anymore. It's the fucking addiction of the fucking pill itself.
I'm a heroin addict myself. I know.
Like that's fucking cruel.
I knew all about that. I've been an addict for 20 some years. I know all about that shit.
Yeah,
That's
same
what he
here.
said he
Like,
was leaving. He said he was leaving because he knew he had to get off these pills, but I think that was a lie. I don't know.
Well, he did tell me
that.
that he did tell me that's why he did want to get out of there to go through the withdrawal without doing it there.
That's what he told me.
And that's
left
what he
a
told
long
me
message.
too.
I still got it on my phone, exactly what he told me. And Marge says, I was sitting right beside him when he was leaving you that message. Really? Okay. Whatever.
All right. Well, here, Sherry, I
But
truly.
anyhow,
Yeah. Anyhow, I
ain't blaming you.
want to apologize
I'm not.
for coming in there and acting. I was a little emotional. I'm sorry that if you felt threatened. I didn't mean that by in any means, and I'm not a violent person and would never hurt anybody, Sherry. I'm truly sorry for that. But I would like just this for to be over, and hopefully we can find out quickly of what happened and what goes on, and then we can just be done with this whole situation and move on.
Oh, I'd love that, yes. All right. Well, just so you know, I'm not blaming you.
Well, I understand that, and thank you for that.
and it wasn't her, Davy. It was me. I'll admit it. I told her from get-go, Mother, there ain't no way that he didn't know.
Yeah.
There's no way, Mother. There's no way.
Well,
She goes, gosh, why would he be he has a fucking wife and a kid. I said, Mother, you just robbed somebody and your kid not there. Like, no way.
that's just not me.
She
That's
kept saying, well, I can't. She said, I can't accuse him. She said, when the fucking fingerprints come back, Tosh, I'll know. Just let me alone about it. And she did.
Because we were always all close. That's what.
I always liked you, Sherry. You know, I'd never had a problem with you. I liked you being with my dad.
Yep.
You were good for him.
And then she
He was
doubted it
happy.
when Marge sat there and said, no, they didn't like you. They fucking lied to you, Sherry, because the boys sat there and told me they hated you.
Never
I
once
know,
said
but-
anything like that. Never once.
I don't listen to her.
Anyway, well, I want to get off this phone. I'm glad that we came
Yeah.
to an agreement here and that everybody
me
can
too.
get together on the same page and no more bickering and whatnot anymore. And hopefully we'll find out something soon. And if I find out anything, I will let you know.
Are my friends letting you alone?
Oh, yeah. And I'll tell you what, Davy. I'm like Sherlock Holmes, and I will find out.
Well, listen, I'm trying to get as much information about this shit as you can. And I told you that in at the pub snuff that day. It's, look, I will do any means to help find out what happened in any way. All you gotta do is just call me.
Yeah, I mean, I've been down to that accident. I've been researching that accident. I don't believe that he was coming that way, but if they say he was, okay, but I think he was going, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I know where he... Well, sure, I went down and looked. I seen where he hit the bank. The bank that where he hit, all the grass and stuff's gone.
Yeah, I seen that, but if you look at the car, it was the other side of the car that has the dirt and mud.
Yeah, because when... Well, see, because the car barrel rolled through the air, and when it first hit the field, that's the side of the car it was. But it kept rolling, it barrel rolled like 4 times, and then it started flipping end over end, it said, and then it